Hi, everybody. It's Helen McConnell here from helenmcconnell.com, and this is our series of tapping for courage cards. Each week, I select a courage card from the deck of courage cards, and all the information about those cards is in the description below. And what I do is I read the card, and then I give you some insights that I really just get in the moment. And then we do some tapping again, in the moment tapping. This is the way I do tapping. So today's card is course correct. Looks like this. It's got a really pretty snake on it. Course correct. I don't know if you can see that. It might be a little fuzzy. But this is what the back of the card says. On the back, on each card, there's a description on the back. Course correct. Life is ever shifting, and at times you will be thrown off course. When that happens, call on resilience and grace and reassess the situation. What do you need to do to get back to your calm inner center? That's the place you want to get to, is the calm inner center. The rest is just fluff. How can you adjust? Ask for support and remember to remain patient and flexible. It is okay if you need to change direction. You will still keep moving forward. I really like this one. This is something I have learned to do because of tapping and because of my other experiences. So, course correct, when I think about this, for me, oftentimes means like, we just made plans, my friend and I, we made plans to go on a trip or go out to dinner or do something. And at some point, my friend might say, I can't make it, or I've changed my mind, or I've changed my plans. How do I move forward and not take that personally? Well, I just first don't take it personally. I figure there's a greater mind at work than my mind. And this could be the very best thing for me, is that this person has sort of canceled our plans. So it takes a certain amount of non-attachment, healthy non-attachment, to get to that state of course correcting, and also being willing to know that just because I wanted to do it doesn't mean it's the best thing for me or anyone else involved. And I invite you to consider that. Just because you want it doesn't mean it's the best thing for you. Okay. So I do a lot of course correcting throughout my days and weeks, and I invite you to do it too. And we're going to do some tapping on how to course correct. First thing I'm going to teach you is how to release your attachments. Okay? Because I believe that life is much more effortless when we're not so attached. And by being non-attached doesn't mean you don't care. It just means you're not so rigid about it. You're willing to still want this thing, but not have to have it. Think about that. And when you think about maybe when you were a kid, you wanted something and you had to have it. You just had to have it. I don't know what I don't know how to tell you how to repair your childhood, but as as an adult, here's a great tapping technique you can use, which I did not create. It was created by a guy named Steve Wells, a tapping guy down in Australia. And he says you just take what you feel attached to, and let's say it's a trip or an event that you are so attached to going to. Now, I'm not saying, I need to put in here that I know sometimes we actually spend money or put down payments and stuff like that, and then the other person says, "Oh, I don't want to go." Again, consider that there might be someone else who wants to go or something like that. I'm not suggesting that you just go, "Okay, well, I'll bite it and waste all that money." I'm not suggesting that at all. But really, for your own well-being, release your attachments to going on, let's say, going on a trip with this particular person. Okay. I'm going to pause just for a sec. So this is what Steve Wells teaches for intention tapping, is what he calls it. And it's really simple and really powerful. So just think of this trip. Now I'm just making this up, so I have to kind of fake it, but it has happened before, and I've used this, and I just kind of use it almost naturally now without unconsciously, without really even thinking about it. But oftentimes it helps to actually tap through this. You just go right to the top of the head and say, I release all my emotional attachments, and you can repeat that on the eyebrow to this trip. And as soon as you say that, hopefully, you'll start noticing all the attachments you have to this trip. Just keep tapping around and let those feelings bubble up. And hopefully they'll kind of bubble up in your nervous system and then hopefully release. Not always, but oftentimes they do. And you don't have to say anything else, just that one thing. And you tap all the way around the points. Collarbone. Under the arm. And let's do it one more time, just so you can really get the hang of this. Go. I release all my emotional attachments on the eyebrow to taking this trip. Side of the eye. Under the eye. Under the nose. On the chin. On the collarbone. Under the arm. Okay, now we're going to go around one more time, but first I want you to notice where in your body you notice any release, or what I sense happens is something like this. When I tap and say, I release all my emotional attachments to taking this trip, and then all of a sudden my subconscious mind shows me all the ways in which I was attached to this trip. Maybe I bought a new outfit, or maybe I was hoping to meet someone new on this trip, or just I love going on vacation, or looking forward to the warm weather, whatever. We do get emotionally attached to things. And you will start to notice where in your body you store those attachments. Somewhere in your nervous system. Okay, like a lot of my stuff happens right in here, right down the center of my chest. So, and you can take whatever you get. And now I'm going to go on the top of the head. I restore right energy flow and balance on the eyebrow to my chest, side of the eye, to my heart. And just take some nice deep breaths as you continue to tap around all the points. You go all the way around to the collarbone and under the arm. And then we're going to do our typical release stretch here for a second. And I love this one. So this is a great one to use when you notice that you're really attached to something or someone. And I think it's really powerful to release our attachments to people, especially people we think we love. If we begin to release our attachments to them, then we can feel real love, not attached love, not obligatory love, not conditional love. We can learn to experience unconditional love, giving and receiving of it. Very powerful. All right, I hope you found this helpful, and I'll look forward to seeing you again next Thursday for another Tapping for Courage cards. And if you want to get on the list to receive these notifications, just subscribe to this channel. All right, thanks for watching.